Linked up on Mark13News.com for October 31st, 2021 is first of all AUKUS and the Five Eyes Intelligence Alliance, which includes not only Australia, the United Kingdom, and the United States, but also Canada and New Zealand, all countries that will become part of the Lion of Daniel chapter 7 at the woe of the fifth trumpet. And at this time, most analysts claim the United States dictates in hierarchical fashion the terms and conditions of how the Five Eyes functions, according to the Australian Journal of International Affairs. The United States being the current king of the South, as you can see in the Daniel 11 hypothesis in the notes on Daniel 11 verses 13 through 15, and it's primarily through the United States the Kenites on the unipolar end of the globalist spectrum wage asymmetrical warfare using the left-right paradigm symbolized by Ammon and Moab against Edom, which is controlled by the Kenites pushing for a so-called multipolar world order. And up next, the most dangerous scenario for the United States, which according to Zbigniew Brzezinski is a grand coalition of China and Russia. And this is from an article called "Are We Facing an Ominous De Facto China-Russia Alliance?" But again, the formulation of the Ezekiel 38 Confederacy is a result of the two warring factions within the shadow government of the Kenites, symbolized by the he-goat of Daniel chapter 8. And finally, a post-American world minus the United Nations, which is the great horn of the he-goat in my opinion, as well as the one who sends a raiser of taxes in Daniel chapter 11 verse 20. And this is a link to an Iranian article, Iran being among the countries listed in Ezekiel 38, where the head of the Munich-based anti-imperialist alliance says if we really want to go towards a multipolar world, it's inevitable that we also fight the institutions like the IMF, the World Health Organization, the United Nations, and so on, and nation will continue to rise against nation through multipolar versus unipolar globalism up until the United Nations gets broken, so to speak, after which the one world political system of Revelation 13 will emerge at the woe of the fifth trumpet, at the beginning of the 5-month-long hour of temptation. That's when Satan and his angels will be cast to earth, and the he-goat of Daniel chapter 8 becomes the leopard of Daniel chapter 7, symbolic of the Kenites and their 4 hidden dynasties providing the infrastructure to the so-called New World Order, which will have feet like the feet of a bear and a mouth like the mouth of a lion, the 4th king of the north and the 4th king of the south, symbolic of the Ezekiel 38 Confederacy in Ephraim, Judah, and Manasseh, the British Commonwealth, Germany, which by that point will most likely include the European Union as well, and Manasseh, which is the United States. And then after the deadly wound to the one world political system, Satan will appear as the Antichrist in Jerusalem, beginning the final 2.5 months or 70 evenings. The 70 years in captivity to the Babylon of old were a type of. The true Christ won't return at all until the woe of the 7th trumpet as King of Kings and Lord of Lords, the true Lion of the true tribe of Judah. And as the true Christ says in the last verse of Mark chapter 13, what I say unto you, I say unto all, watch.